In Section 13-3 Work Together, we're preparing a Form 941, which is the employer's quarterly federal tax return. So all the information that you need is given in the instructions. So we are starting at the top and working our way down. The employer's EIN, or identification number, coming from the instructions. The name is Concept Design. It would say if we have a trade name, nothing in the instructions talks about a trade name, so we leave it blank. Date, given in the instructions. And then you could see here, this is for January, February, and March. So we are going to select quarter one, January, February, and March. And then we move right on down to line 1. We're going to go line by line. Number 1 says number of employees to receive wages, tips, or other compensation for the pay period. See here in the instructions, we have 8 employees. So we'll have an 8 on line 1. Line 2, it says the wages, tips, and other compensation. So you can see here we have our total earnings for each month. So we want the total from those 3 months. So after putting those in the calculator, our total is $35,640. Next, line 3, it says the income tax withheld. Income tax withheld, if we come up here, we add the 3 months together. After adding those 3 federal income taxes together, we have withheld $2,144. So far, everything has come directly from the instructions. Now moving on to line 5. Line 5, we need to determine our federal Social Security and Medicare. So, taxable Social Security wages. All of our money is taxable. It would say in the instructions if it wasn't. We don't have any tips, so we'll put a 0 there. And then $35,640 for Medicare as well. Then it tells you the math to do. $35,640 times 12.4%. That is 6.2 times 2, because 6.2% for the employee, 6.2% for the employer. So our total amount. We'll do the same thing for Medicare. 35,640 times 0.029, which is 1.45% times 2. It's $1,033.56. Moving on to line 5D, it tells you to add columns 2, 5A, 5B, and 5C. So we have 2 numbers there. If we add those together, and now we're going to continue on reading through. Number of qualified employees first paid exempt wages tips this quarter. There's nothing in our instructions about that. Same thing for line 6B. Nothing in our instructions about qualified employees paid exempt. Moving on to 6C, it says exempt. Again, we have nothing about exempt in our instructions. So you could put a 0 there. Moving on to line 6E, tells you to add line 3 plus line 5D minus line 6D. So we are left with $7,596.92. And we are going to use that number a lot. 7A, that does not apply to us. 7B does not apply to us. 7C does not apply to us. It says to combine line 6E through 7C. That's pretty simple. 6E through 7C. No math to do. $7,596.92. Line 9 does not apply to us. Nothing in the instructions about that. So line 10, we put that same number again. For the same $7,596.92 several times here. 12A does not apply to us. It says to fill out 12B, C only for quarter 2, so we're not in quarter 2, so we'll have a 0. 13, add lines 11, 12, and 12E. So again, that same number again, 7,596.92. Nothing here. Our balance due would be 0. So we can go on to part 2 here. Select the state, so we're in Illinois. And then we are paying monthly. So we're going to get this information from up above. To calculate each monthly amount, we need to use the numbers in the instructions. So federal income tax withheld plus Social Security tax withheld times 2, because we have the employee and the employer's portion. And then Medicare tax withheld times 2, because it's employee plus employer. So then the amount for month 1 same thing for month 2 and month 3. Our total liability for the quarter is that number we have typed several times down. And that is section 13-3, work together.